you very much, Brian. Thank you very much, the organizers of GCC. It's really our pleasure to be here for the second year, as we believe this event is one of the most important events where we can meet retailers and also resellers. Also, I would like to apologize from the audience of keeping you away from the coffee break, but I will try to make it as short as possible. So in my presentation, I'm going to review a little bit about what we saw in the market here and how we drove our strategy in the Middle East region. So when we started analyzing the current situation with the retail change, we found out that there is lots of changes happening in the region. And this is happening due to different reasons. First of all, if we look regarding the, let's say, the industry consolidation of retailers and even manufacturers, this is changing the game and the rule of the games. Also, if we look, for example, for the value chain integration, for the retailers when they started to go also in terms of vertical and horizontal integration for their products. If we look to the consumer behavior and consumer trend behavior for the region, especially with the financial crisis, lots of changing happen in their behavior. With the behavior that's happening also due to the social networks and ethical consumption, healthy and healthiness understanding. So lots of changing happening in the region. At the same time, the retailers started to have to change also their performance. And we already have seen lots of presentations yesterday and today talking about these changes. So we still see different models for retailers here in the region. We still see the hard discounter, We still see the hard discounter, we still see the traditional supermarket, we still see the premium retailers. Each one is targeting its own segment and they all fighting for the same market share. But at the same time, each one has its own customers. And this is very visible when we look to the whole region on the Middle East. If you look to the cooperation between the manufacturers and retailers and partners who are involved in this channel in terms of distributors or even resellers, we really find that there is lots of changes happening here in this area. And when we look about relation between retailers and manufacturers, we have to understand that we really have to look about the supply chain management and all these sides. But you know, in the supply chain management, there is lots of books and literature discussing about these things, which mainly describe two main points, which is the quick response for the retailers for the customer demands, also at the same time regarding the effective response for the consumer. And we have to look into different sides in order to understand how we have to drive our strategy to approach these customers and these retailers. So if we look, for example, on the effective consumer behaviors and consumption, we have to look to different sides on this side. So we have to look, for example, on the demand management. We also have to look into the supply management, and also for enablers and integrators. Each point it has its own different approach in order to be able to achieve both these two results. So if we look, for example, on demand management, as you know, Kaspersky Lab, we provide a security content management solution for consumers. So it's very important to, whatever product you provide, there must be a demand for that. Otherwise, definitely the product doesn't work to be sold in the market. So also if we look, for example, for the supply management, it's very important that you can be able to make the product available at your chains as soon as possible and as soon as the demand is also increasing. Also, if we look for the integrators, where we need the collaboration between distributors, between partners, and also with the cooperation with manufacturers and distributors. And that's why we have changed even this year our partner program, where we added additional benefits for the customers and also to the retailers, where we can start providing them with more value. So our channel program is based on dividing the customers according to the audience. So we have the consumer users, we have the SMBs, and we have the corporate customers. And this is different on the number of licenses provided to these customers. If we look to the consumer users, it's from 1 user up to 9 users. If we look to SMBs, it's from 10 to 500. If we look to corporate customers, it's from 500 and above. So what we have done is that we provided 3 different partners who have a direct relation with Kaspersky Lab. We have the consumer republishing partners, which are partners who produce our consumer product and provide it for retailers. And we have the value-added distributors, who are distributors responsible for providing the business product for the channel. And also the enterprise partner who has the ability to have a direct relation with us and provide the products for the corporate customers. But the most important part from this channel is the channel that goes between the consumer, publishing partner, and authorized reseller in order to provide the customers, to provide the product for the customers. And within this year, we have added additional new status where we started to provide additional value for retailers. So we provided a status called Premium Retailer Reseller, where we started engaging more with the retailers who are really involved in selling our products, because we really believe we have to help them in order to achieve the quick response and also the effective response for customers. So regarding our consumer publishing partner, as you know, we are currently responsible for 23 countries here in the region. And we have divided into 4 different areas. So we have Gulf, we have Levant, we have West Asia, and also North Africa. So each distributor is responsible for these areas in order to provide the maximum ability to provide the local presence for retailers in order to support them even locally. So what we have done this year also, we have increased our product range. And this is also a great achievement for us, because if you look to last year, we were responsible for providing 3 to 4 products. But right now we have double this amount. So this year we have introduced Kaspersky Crypto Storage. This application is to provide the customer the ability to encrypt their files and save them from being stolen, and even providing access for unwanted and unauthorized people. We have also introduced Kaspersky Password Manager. You know, everyone these days uses lots of passwords. If you have one email account or 2 or 3, you have to have different passwords for them. It's much more secure. So imagine if you have your bank accounts, you have your emails, your website logins, and all these things. And the average user, he has at least 25 to 50 different passwords. So this application helps the customer in order to provide them the ability to have just one single password, so they can access all the different passwords in order to use their applications. We have also introduced Kaspersky antivirus for Mac, because we really see that there is an increase on the threats that are happening on the Apple Macintosh application operating system. And these changes is happening tremendously, especially with the increased demand on the Apple laptops. We also introduced Kaspersky Small Office Home Office, which targets the small audience through a retail product. So actually, this is a very good change for us, because you don't only target home users through your retail. We started to be able to target also small businesses through the retail stores. We have introduced also Kaspersky Mobile Security Line. It's an application which you provide protection for the cell phones. And especially what we saw today after GFP's presentations, that really the number of mobile users is increasing in a tremendous way. At the same time, the threats going for these mobile applications is also increasing. And that's why we introduced these applications. We have also Kaspersky Internet Security, Kaspersky Antivirus, and we have recently introduced Kaspersky Pure. Kaspersky Pure is currently our premium product, which provides different features. And I hope if you can visit our stand, we can provide you with more information on these products. So when we look about what the most 3 important factors for retailers, so definitely we saw that they're really very interested regarding growth, regarding profitability, and also regarding productivity. So in terms of growth, I just want to mention a couple of figures about what we have been able to achieve within the last 2 years. In the last 2 years, we were even able to have more than 20 times increase in our revenues. We were able to have a low investment for retailers in terms of to have our products exposed in their retail store, because we have different models in terms of delivery, we have different models in support in order to minimize the investment for retailers to present our products. In terms of productivity, we also enhance our technical support in order to minimize the headache for retailers. So currently we provide the technical support through the retailer, through the partners, or even through our something called personal cabinet, where the customer immediately can just log in from his PC and we can immediately support him through our web access. Some of the awards that we have won this year, we have won through the Channel Award of the Software Vendor of the Year, Through Windows Magazine, we have also received 2 awards. From the Choice of Channel, we have award as the best brand of the year, and also we won the best application for KAV in last year. Hope it was a quick presentation, and I hope